different people have different views about Jesus. And as there are different types of car brands, there are different types of phone brands, there are different views about Jesus. Father and God, the Holy Spirit. So let's get to see Son of God and God the Son. And allow me, people say that we understand things in our first language. So allow me to even say, even in Swahili, so that we understand it better. Son of God, if your first language is ya uko kwenu, translate na your language, all right? So Son of God and God the Son. Son of God is Mwana wa Mungu. And God the Son is Mungu Mwana, yes. Kama utasema gaimorio, sawa. So in our verse today, which is in Mark chapter 1, in our second reading, Mark chapter 1, verse 10 to 11, sorry. We see the whole Trinity in action. So we see the Trinity in action, one God in three persons. Jesus came out of water, and heaven split, and the Holy Spirit descended on him like a dove. A voice from heaven said, "You are my dearly loved Son, and you bring me great joy." Some verses will say, "In whom I am pleased with." And this is the moment that reveals the unity and the perfect relationship between the three persons of the Trinity. So, number one, Jesus is a mediator. Because Jesus acts as a mediator between God the Father and us, humanity, sorry. God the Father and humanity, allowing people to access God through him. John 14, verse 6, let's say this together. I am the way, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Number two, he is a redeemer. Through the incarnation of God taking human form to accomplish humanity's redemption, Jesus lived a sinless life, died on the cross, and rose again, reconciling humanity and God. Number three, which is the last one, empowerer through the Spirit. After his ascension, when he went back to heaven, Jesus sent the Holy Spirit to empower believers, continuing his work through the church. And now we as believers, we are now empowered, and we have the Holy Spirit so that we may continue God's work in his church. Today we get to learn Jesus as a mediator between God and human, redeemer because he reconciled us to God with his mission, empowerer through the Holy Spirit. And knowing Jesus as the Son of God strengthens our faith in his power to save. And knowing Jesus, his role in the Trinity shows how God works in unity to accomplish his will for us. The Lord is encouraging us. Don't give up wherever you are in that relationship. Because you know what? The greatest and the most difficult relationship between God and human, it was restored. And there is nothing that God is not able to do. No matter how long it takes, don't give up. Let's just do the right thing and just represent Christ well in all that we do. God uses recovering sinners, those who fumble and those who stumble. And you could be there and you're feeling inadequate for God's work. Your weakness is not a hindrance to God's usefulness. You could be there and you're wondering, God, yani mimi ndio unataka nifanye kitu. Your weakness is not a hindrance to God's usefulness.